Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about indexing technique. This concept is discussed in BLI 223 in the chapter Organizing and Managing Information. Uh, in the introduction section, how it comes into the picture. Because always as a librarian, we try to organize our information, and this is the result of these theories and design we come across to the indexing technique. If we see that back of the book index is the oldest one, we can say that it is a father of all indexing technique. The back of the book index may be either in the form of a specific index or relative index. Specific index are those broad topic which has one to one entry, means one concept is described by one entry, whereas relative index is displayed each concept in different context. We have one concept related to different context. There is a good example of this is relative index of DDC, where the each concept is described or written in different contexts, so we can relate that this is the good example of relative index. So relative index is very unique to the text to which it points out, and it is very difficult to maintain on a large scale. So subsequently we come across with the pre-coordinate indexing technique. Pre-coordinate indexing system. In pre-coordinate indexing system, the important word is pre and coordinate. First of all, we understand what is coordinate. The concept of most of the document of present days cannot be represented by only one term, because we are exploring the universe of knowledge. The knowledge are overlapping each other. We can't explain some subjects or compound subjects with a single word. So we have to take two or three concepts or more than this to explain the particular subject. So we combine or coordinate the different concept to represent the concept of document. The purpose of using combination and coordination of component term is to describe the content of document more precisely. We can take example as a single term like a libraries, cataloging, management. If the document is related to libraries only, we can denote by the libraries only. Otherwise, if the document explaining cataloging in libraries, there are two concepts described in the document, cataloging in the respect of libraries. So we have to take these two words to explain that document. So we can define the pre-coordinate indexing system as when indexer assigns subject heading representing such compounds and arranges entries in a series of classes according to the subject content of the document. The resulting system is referred to as pre-coordinate indexing system. Here the definition explains that the subject heading represent that compound subject. We have to arrange the concept by indexing term in a defined series or defined coordination on the basis of syntactical rule, that which indexing term come first, and after that term which we have to add. All these are happen prior to the anticipation of users queries, because the indexer coordinate all the component terms representing the compounds at the input stage, that we can say that in the time of indexing and in the anticipation of users approach, we anticipate that user may use these terms to search the concept. Charles Hemicutter was the first person who set forth the rules for alphabetical subject heading in a systematic way in his book Rules for Printed Dictionary Catalog in 1876. He didn't use the word subject indexing. He used the word subject cataloging. It was C.A. Cutter who gave the idea of a specific subject entry. Cutter laid down the rules that order of component terms in compound subject should be the one that is decidedly more significant. He gave the rule or idea that the subject terms should be in a defined order, which one is more significant, but he didn't say about how to choose that significant concept or term, because it may be vary from user to user. The word significance is not described in his book. The decision of significance is based on the judgment of individual indexer because it was the subjective matter. This is the main loophole, or you can say that drawback of Cutter's contribution. He did not describe the significance, how to choose that significance of particular concept or particular document. There are some rules which the Cutters defined in his book for deciding which concept should be under which heading. We can take example of person versus country. If there is a biography of a person, if it is a single person or a personal biography, it comes under person entry. If it is related to history or event, it comes under to the her name and country's name also under the entry. In case of country versus event, if the event would be under the proper noun, we can say that here the Chora Chori incident is a proper noun. It comes under the event entry. If the entry event comes under a common noun, just like a freedom fighter in India, it is a common noun. It comes under the entry of India. In case of subject versus country, if the subject is a scientific subject, it should be qualified by with the country name, just like oceanography, and it is talking about a particular place, so it comes under a entry of country. One of the rules is that name of the place qualified by the subject in subject areas like history, government, and commerce. If the subject related to the history, government, or commerce, it comes under the heading of country, just like a India then Mughal period. In the next rule, he said that between the overlapping subjects entry will be according to the importance of the subject, and here the decision of importance of the subjects depends on the indexer. If there are two languages out of which one is English, entry will be under the English. Here the biasness has been clearly visible that he preferred the English language over the other languages. One of the rules is that if two terms are explained in the particular text or document, then always noun precede by the adjective. As for example, organic and chemistry. Here, organic is a adjective and chemistry is a noun, just like a war prisoners. So we can say that the first approach of indexing was initiated by Charles Amy Cutter in 1876 as a rules for printed dictionary catalog. It was a foundation of indexing technique which lead to the automated indexing technique. The main limitation was that he didn't find that how to choose that importance of particular concept. He didn't give any rules for deciding the significance of concept we have to arrange in it. These are the references which I have used to describe this content. Uh, Thank you for watching.